What is up, everyone? Welcome to another vlog with me, Langston. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how can you build your resume so that you can potentially get more job interviews. Before we get into this channel, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel, helps me, and share this video with a friend who might need it. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I kind of went through the same experience where you graduate from college, you got to work on a resume, and you got to start applying for jobs. But sometimes when you apply with a specific resume, it might not reach the recruiter for multiple reasons. Maybe because your resume might not have those right key terms. It could be missing in a couple of words, a couple of things, and a lot of mistakes I see people making when they do resumes is making their resume look nice in terms of like graphics and color and all that stuff, which is great. It's very good to have those, but you got to also realize that like when you're applying to a portal, it's scanning a resume for certain keywords. It does not really care about how good it looks. Now, if you're giving your resume to someone in person, it might matter. I think it would matter because it looks nice. It's appealing to the eye, but not to a software. So that's something that I feel like a lot of students, or well, a lot of people make. That's a mistake that they make, and something that I also made, and then I corrected it. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, and then we can address how to build your resume. Now, in the resume, there's like a couple of just basic things that has to be there no matter what. Like it doesn't matter what field you're in. I'll talk a lot about cybersecurity because that's my field, but whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's engineering, whether it's economics, whether it's business, whether it's whatever, it kind of has to have a very similar skeleton in terms of like what you got to have in your resume. The first thing you want to do is highlight the education. So obviously talk about your university or your high school. I would mostly say university. I'm guessing most of you guys who are watching this video is either probably have a bachelor's degree or associate's degree or whatever. You want to mention that over there because that's your field of study or whatever it is. The second thing that I would want to say is you want to highlight your technical experience. So you want to talk about, for example, if it's cybersecurity, I'm going to be talking about TCP IP skills. I have basic networking skills. I have basic Unix skills, Kali Linux, ethical hacking, or blue team exercises, red team exercises, or tools that I've used for economics or for other fields. It could be business. It could be Excel. It could be Word. It could be the Microsoft Office suite. It could be tools like, I don't know. There's so many other tools out there for different things. Maybe Jira. Maybe uh, you know, Notion, all these kind of stuff. So you want to put down your technical experience, obviously very relevant to what you have done in school or very relevant to the position that you're applying to. Make sure you have all those keywords there because those are important, especially if it's what the job demands. The third thing is your work experience. You want to talk about any internships that you have done, any previous full-time jobs you have done, maybe even if it's a summer internship. Definitely put that down there. It doesn't matter even if it's not related to your field. Like just make sure you have it because that way they have known that, oh, at least we know that you have worked with someone, you have worked with a team. You know, it's more like they're trying to see if like, okay, you have been in maybe an office environment or a corporate environment or maybe even a startup. It doesn't matter, but you want to put that down there and make sure you put that down there and talk about what you have done in that company. So like let's say for example you were a software engineer intern for a startup. Talk about what you did there. Maybe you have developed a landing page, you have developed whatever. Oh, so I worked on the landing page of company X and used JavaScript and CSS to develop it. That way you're saying, oh, these are the tools that I've used, and I was the one developing their page. So that's like, oh, okay, wow, you have done something using the skills that you have. So, you want to go from there. The fourth thing is you want to talk about the projects that you have done. Now, some of you might not even have work experience. And if you don't, this is where the projects come into use. But even if you do, projects are still useful. And here you want to talk about the most I would say, in my opinion, the most exciting projects that you have worked on during your college. That's what I did. I talked about the stuff that really had a lot of depth in it, and a lot of the stuff that, that I liked personally, I put them down there. So that's one thing, but you also want to talk about what did you contribute to that project. So some of these projects could have been group projects, right? So obviously it's like it's different, but you want to talk about what was your role in that group project. What did you contribute? How was that providing value to the final delivery of that particular product? That's something that you want to talk about, and I feel like that's very interesting because whoever is reading your resume is gonna be like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So make sure you put down, okay, you have done these projects, but what did you contribute in those projects? um, that's really it. And you could also talk about the tools that you have used, and I would say keep it really brief. Don't keep it too long. Maybe a sentence or two is fine, because especially if you have covered your work experience section, then you want to make sure that has more depth than this. But if you're someone who has no work experience, then yes, you can fill up your project experience a lot more, because you're trying to make sure that this is, because this is all that you have done, so you want to make sure it looks good. The next two sections is basically, activities and personal interests. I would say in the activities, you want to talk about what did you do as a student in college. It could be student government stuff, it could be music clubs. That's what I did. I was part of the student government, I was part of the music club, or it could be many things. Maybe you were a fat person, or you were part of the dance club. It could be multiple different things, but it also you want to put that down there, because it kind of shows that, oh, okay, you're someone who also has done other stuff beside what you did in your studies. And I think that's pretty good. It kind of highlights a character a lot more, and it also makes you stand out, if anything. Like, you're seeing a resume and you don't want it to just be like, okay, this guy has skills, but nothing else. Like, okay, what else has he done? Now, granted that this might not matter a lot to the software, because you already have covered all your skills. You've already, if you have put in the right words in your, skills, or your job description, sorry, your work experience and everything, it's anyways going to go through and finally reach someone who's reading your resume. But then now finally when they get to the bottom part of your resume, they kind of see, oh, okay, this guy or girl is a lot more than what they talk about. They're not just about this, they're also that. I just think it's pretty cool to have that. And I don't know, in my opinion, it makes you a lot more interesting. As far as interests go, or personal interests, you don't have to put that down there. You can, that's the place where you put in, oh, you might be someone who's interested in soccer, football, basketball. It's not very important, but I had some space on my resume, so I added it, and you can even remove it if you want to. It's really not necessary. But if you want to put it, there's no harm. No one's gonna like say, oh wow, why is this over here? Feel free to put that. It's fine. Your resume is still gonna go through. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, because it was helpful to me, and I'm probably gonna make another video talking about in-depth details about the resume. Actually, you guys let me know if I should make that video, or in case this video was not completely helpful, and I can walk you guys through that. Um, and leave your comments below, and share this video to someone who might need it. You never know who needs this video. Someone who's probably looking for a job, or someone working on their resume. So feel free to share it. And if you guys made it to the end, thank you for watching, and have a good day or night. Peace.